Hi there. So I just want to take a few minutes to talk to you about the brushes. So I know this is probably new for a lot of you to use brushes to apply makeup. So I just want to give you a few kind of, tips, a little bit of an overview about our brushes. So all of our brushes come with a 1-year warranty, and they are synthetic, which is actually good because a lot of people are allergic to the animal hair brushes. These brushes are made for our product, so you can try your own brushes, but every single woman that's tried her own brushes ends up coming back and buying ours. And that's totally fine. The other thing is, if you don't want to use a brush, you can use our Perfector sponge. Again, it's made for the product. So instead of absorbing liquid makeup and wasting a whole bunch of money and product, the cream, it sticks to the outside of the wet sponge and then it's on your face. Sometimes I have women that like to apply with their fingers and then blend with the sponge, and that's up to you. I think the sponge is around $13. So the brushes, I'm gonna start with the one that I always use, and it's all the way down here for some reason. This is the 30-second hack, okay? And this one, it has, really tight, dense bristles on this end, and it has a little bit fluffier but still dense end over here. So brushes are really about preference. I love this because I have kind of small features, and I really like to get right under there and use this end, or to swipe when I do contour. It's kind of like painting. And then this other end, I love to just blend everything all together. So this one is the one I typically recommend to women. It's my personal favorite. The next best one, in my opinion, is the blush and bronzer brush. And this one is less dense. It is way fluffy. It is so soft on your face. I love it, especially for bronzer. It does have a tighter end over here, and that's great for lip and cheek and application. It's a little bigger, so I struggle to get under my eyes and to get some of that definition. You can squeeze this end, but this one actually comes with a bronzer bundle, the Bella bronzer. I recommend everyone getting it. So you actually save, I don't know, somewhere $8, $10 if you get this brush and the Bella bronzer together. So that's another reason why I suggest this one first. You start with this one, and then you can get this one in a bundle and save money. There's no swapping out brushes when you do the bundle. So another one is the Best Blend Forever. And so it has fewer bristles. It's not very dense. It picks up the least amount of product. And so this is going to be really good for light application. And this one you can actually do your whole face. It takes a little longer because, again, you pick up less product, but I can do my contour with either end, blending with either end, really get in those small areas, but then I can do my shadow as well with this end. So this one's nice. It's not super precise for shadow, but if you're not a big makeup wearer and you just want it really light and you want one brush, again, double-sided, for the price of, $36, I think is what they are. So the other one that I love is the eyeshadow everything brush. So no more little sponges, no more using brushes that throw product all over your face and create a whole bunch of fallout. No more of any of that kind of stuff. This brush is phenomenal. So eyeshadow everything, dense end, you're able to pick up more product, you're able to be more precise, and then blend with this fluffy end. Or if you just want real light, go ahead and pick up with this end, do a little swirl, dab, whatever you prefer, and then go ahead and do those eyeshadows. So this is perfect for eyeshadow. The other one that I absolutely love that I use every day is the multitasker. Now, I use both of these ends. I do my eyebrows. If you've watched any of the videos, you've already seen me do it. I do lip liner, eyeliner, and so I just love this. A lot of women will use this for eyeshadows, and I actually did an eyeshadow tutorial, and I spray it with our Stay Spray. dip into that eyeshadow and go back in there. Or I use this when I use glitters. Whenever you use glitters, you're gonna wanna use a glitter glue. NYX primer is perfect. And you put that glue on and then you dip with your eyeshadow everything into the glitter and you pat that on. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So this multitasker, truly multitasker. Eyebrows, eyeliner, lip liner, glitter glue, eyeshadows, you name it, it's awesome. And another one that I like, I've used it a few times. This is called the Power Powder, and this actually comes with a setting dust bundle, a setting powder bundle, vanilla dust. And so you get this and the vanilla dust. So if you're more oily, if you want to set your makeup, if you like those translucent powders, you're gonna want to get that bundle to save that money. So you get setting powder and this, but I like this to apply. This end, you can see how it's angled. It's perfect for doing your contour on that nose, around that forehead. It does have a small, really dense end, so you have to take a bit more time to blend than, say, you know, some of these bigger brushes that are fluffier. But this one is awesome. You just blend it all out. It has an angle as well to get right in there, so I really like this one too. And we have a hotline brush. So this is good for lip liner, eyeliner, and this is great for those eyebrows. I am lacking in the eyebrow department, but for most of you that have brows, this is absolutely perfect to finish those out, to have that finished look. The last one I'm gonna talk about is the Blend and Tap. So this Blend and Tap, you can see, I used it with some green. It is more dense, more compact, again, thicker than the eyeshadow everything. So double-ended, this one is a little bit more flat, okay? And then this end is more rounded, more circular. So 2 brushes for the price of 1. And this is really good if you have some kind of loose eye skin. When I really want to get in there and blend, I will use this Blend and Tap brush, okay? We do have the Buffy. The Buffy is really dense and really compact, and I don't have that one on me. I gave it to somebody. But it is really good for mature skin and more coverage. So if you like more coverage, the Buffy is really, really a good brush. But again, it's all preference, all individual personal preference, okay? The last thing I'm gonna talk to you about is this Houdini. Just kidding, that's our Stay Spray. This Houdini is our brush cleaner. It was out for a very long time, and there's a couple things you can do. You can either spray the brush directly with it, or you can spray a towel, and it smells divine. It smells like cotton candy maybe, I don't know. It is just amazing. But this is what we use to clean our brushes. Before this came back in stock, I would take a Dove sensitive soap bar and I would just clean it that way. So there's that brush, it's mostly clean. I have just a bit of color on the top, but that took 2 seconds to do. So it's not soaking wet, you know, it doesn't take a ton of time to dry. And I've used this brush for a week. I have been doing lives every single day, sometimes twice a day, and that's all the product that came off. That's it. So I cannot reiterate enough that these brushes are made for this product, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and show you this other side. See how it's discolored? You can see the makeup on it. I'm gonna spray that towel. I'll do it in a different area. That way you can see how much comes off of it. So this is the brush I use all of the time for my cheeks and my contour. And I'm just swirling it on here. And you can see how it turns more white. I'm gonna do just a little bit more. I'm gonna spray it right on that towel. Give it a little swirl. So the Houdini came back, the brush cleaner came back, and it sold out in less than 24 hours. So that is just how awesome it is. So there you can see the white, how it's not all caked. Voila. I don't have to dry or anything. Like it's done. It's situated. It's ready to roll. So it's pretty cool, this brush cleaner. And you can see I barely use this one. So you can see how it has like those white tips. I'll do one last one. And again, it smells so good. But other people use baby soap on their brushes, which is totally fine. You can see those white tips. So I just cleaned, what was that, three brushes after a full week of, you know, use, and a couple times a day for some of them, and that's all that came off of there. How awesome is that? I lied. I'm gonna show you one more. I'm gonna go ahead and show you that eyeshadow everything brush. It was brown. I had showed you the tips because I had used it a couple times, and I'm just swirling it right on that towel. I only gave it a light spritz, but same thing. You can see the white back in those tips. So I hope you learned a little bit more about brushes and brush cleaning. And as always, let me know if you have any questions.